Welcome back to Real Roots Radio. I'm tickled to have Daryl Mosley as a special guest on our program today. How you doing, Daryl?
Daniel, I'm good. It's great to see you.
Great to see you as well. You are a real veteran in bluegrass music and beyond, working with New Tradition, with Bobby Osborne, the Rocky Top Express, with the Farmhands. Your solo albums have been blessing us for the last several years. Uh, After going from being a part of all these great groups, how did the transition to a solo career that really leaned into your role as a singer-songwriter develop?
I just over the years, I became more focused on the writing aspect of it. I tell people there was kind of an epiphany for me when I realized that I was not a singer that writes songs as much as I was a songwriter who also sings. And once that became clear to me, then the path was a lot more. I've just really focused on trying to write good songs and on developing the craft and create songs that are positive and that say the things that I want to say. And I've been real blessed. It's done really well.
Why is it important for you for the messages of your song to be more positive?
It dawned on me a number of years ago that one of these days I may have grandchildren or great grandchildren that I may never get to know or never know very well. And so all they're ever really going to know about me, other than just conversations with family, it's what they learn from the music, from the songs that I wrote and the career that I had. So I've tried to fill those songs with positive, reinforcements and values and faith and that sort of thing. The things that I would have shared with them if I had had the opportunity in person. And so it's just really important to me that the legacy of music that I write be positive.
One way that you've shown a light on more of that positive, outpouring of love, and you're positively bubbling up throughout your music and digging a little bit deeper into that essence has been through this new book that you've recently published called A Life Well Lived. Of course, sharing the title of your most recent album from a year or two ago. Where did the idea to have a devotional book based around your art of songwriting come about, and why has it been so special to you?
One of the things that's a big part of my live performance is I tell a lot of stories. I've become more as well known, I guess, in that circle as a storyteller, and people love the backstories and they love this, the stories of the small towns and the things. But when you're recording an album, it doesn't really lend itself to be able to include that in the same way. And of course, I sing in a lot of churches, and so it was a really good fit to try to write something to incorporate some of the stories and the experiences in my life and my career, and then tie them into this devotional book. And when I decided to do it, this was like late last summer, early fall. If I had realized the size of the undertaking, I might not have done it. But once I got started in it and kind of pressed on it, it came together, and now that it's out, I'm grateful that I've done it. It's doing really well.
How many devotionals are in the book?
There's 365. There's one for each day.
Daggone.
Yeah. And that was the thing, is I wanted to tie each of them either to a word or a phrase or something in one of the songs I'd written. And that was a bit of a challenge, trying to find a way to tie in this word or this phrase and also make it scripturally relevant. So it was a challenge for a songwriter. Writing a book is a whole different, set of skills, and so I learned a lot, and I'm glad that it's out and folks seem to be enjoying it so far. It was a big job, but I'm glad I did it.
What an undertaking, and what a way for you to combine your love of bluegrass, gospel music, storytelling, and scripture all together in one really massive undertaking. Congratulations. What a project.
And I appreciate it. I do. It was fun to work through the process. I learned a lot. There's things that I've learned about the book world that very different from the recording world, but I'm glad it's where it's at now.
In addition to making a new book, you've been making new music as well. You have a new single out called When the Good Old Days Were New. Why don't you tell us the story behind this particular song?
It's if people are familiar with my music, it's pretty much what they'd expect. It's a story song. I tend to be nostalgic. The older I get, I guess the more I get that way. And my mom said something in a conversation one time talking about how, her life. She said it's not always been an easy life, but it's been a good life. And so I wanted to incorporate that. And so the song is kind of built around that you can look back on the past, and even times that were hard. The overall experience, was a good one. And so that's what the old man, who's kind of the narrator of the song, is talking about, that life wasn't always easy, but it was good. And I wish I could do it again.
Daryl, where can folks go to learn more about the book and previous projects you have, and stay up to date about new music on the way from Daryl Mosley?
Well, of course, I've got a website. It's just my name, darylmosley.com. And of course, my tour dates and news and merchandise and all that, the books, and available on that. Also, have Facebook and Instagram, the social medias, if people follow those. I'm on the road, as you can imagine, a lot, so I post a lot of pictures of some of the places I've seen. You're welcome to follow that. But yeah, just find me on the web, and but with me. I appreciate that.
DarylMosley.com. Check it out, and check out the new book, and check out this new song as well. Daryl, thanks for joining us on the air today.
Daniel, I appreciate it, my friend.